Welcome back to Supple Savage. I'm your host, Chris Santillan, and I'm really excited for today's episode because if you're watching this video, that means that you are starting your fitness journey and you are curious to see what I would do if I were to start all over again. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into it and cover a couple of things that I wish that I did when I first started. Now, the first thing on that would be I wish I set better goals or clearer goals because when I first started, I had the idea of I just want to be as jacked as I possibly can. I want to be as big as I possibly can. And granted, at that time I was pretty light. I probably weighed about a buck 13. So I definitely needed to put on some mass. But I didn't have a clear goal in mind, and in my head, I just thought, well, if I just get as big as I can, then I'm going to be happy. Well, guess what? Happiness never rolled around the corner because I had no way to celebrate any victories, any wins. It was just another step closer. The going to the gym, the eating, everything just became so monotonous. And I definitely lost motivation, and that's not something that I want for to happen to you. Is I want you to stay motivated throughout your entire fitness journey, your fitness and health journey, because when you are setting clear goals, you take your long-term goal and you break it down into small, more attainable goals. Like, let's just say you want to, cut down 50 pounds. Well, guess what? That's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in the next 30 days. You're going to need to break that down into smaller, more achievable goals. So that's the first step that I would take, is set smaller achievable goals so that way I could win on a regular basis and be more of a winner. And that's what I would love to see for you, is winning every single week, every single day. While you are checking your progress, you're saying, hey, I actually went down 2 to 3 pounds this week. That's a huge win, and you celebrate those wins. But if you're not making that progress, then you know that you could make those adjustments a lot faster because you're not hitting those milestones, you're not hitting that goal that you want to. That's going to feed into your longer term goal. That would be the first thing. Now, with that being said, we also need a better way to track your progress. So one thing that I wish that I had when I first started my fitness journey was more photos and more data points, more metrics. Technology has come such a long way from when I first started in the fitness industry, and you can pick up a scale for at home for like 30 bucks. That's going to be giving you a lot more data points. And this is the data points that I wish that I had, because it's going to show you your body composition. So not just the overall weight, which is fantastic, but it's going to give you the data points like your body fat percentage, the breakdown of your total fat-free body weight, your muscle mass, your body water, your whether that fat is subcutaneous, meaning that underneath the skin, like adipose tissue, or is that visceral fat, which is the fat around the organs. Now, you're able to specify, you're able to get clear on what is happening on the inside of your body. So you have a lot more of these data points to be able to quantify your efforts, which means that, hey, just because you didn't hit your goal of 1, 2, 3 pounds this week, let's take a look at the data and say, okay, I didn't lose or gain any weight this week. However, my body fat actually went down, but I increased in my muscle mass. And that's a huge win. That is a huge victory. And I guarantee you, if I was seeing those little changes on a week-to-week basis, on a month-to-month basis, I would have been a lot more encouraged to keep going a lot harder and a lot longer than what I was doing. On top of tracking your progress of getting that body composition, and again, I have that link down below for you, so you could go ahead and go right to it, the scale that I recommend that I've been using for the last 5 years. I also want to talk to you about tracking your efforts, because a lot of times we think we're working out as hard as we can, but really, I mean, you're only halfway there. You're only 50% of what you are truly capable of. And, with working with clients for the last decade, I've really come to realize that people are capable of a lot more than what they give themselves credit for. And I know that true to be with myself, because when I use the Whoop, and just so you know, Whoop is what I have been using for the last, I would say I've been on that for about 6, 7 years now. And Whoop has been an absolute game changer because it gives you data points of a balance between how well you're recovered and how much strain you should be outputting. And when you start your workout, it'll show you, hey, you should work out this hard. It'll give you an optimal goal and say you should work out this hard to be able to balance out your strain and your recovery. If you want to see progress, then you're going to want to exceed that goal and go a little bit further, but then it'll also tell you if you're overreaching, if you're going too hard. But what's really incredible about this is that you get to see how hard you're actually working, how hard how much work you're able to actually do. And I know, because when I first started wearing this, I was like, oh my gosh, I am way underperforming of what I could actually do. I have a ton in the tank still of what I could still put out in my workouts. So if I were to go back all the way to the beginning, I would definitely start to wear a fitness tracker or wearable. There's a bunch of different ones on the market. I'll put a link in the description down below for the one that I use for the Whoop. For me, it's my favorite because it's a no frills wearable. There's no screen on it. It's literally you wear it. It's a 24/7 wearable. It's right here, 24/7 wearable. It's really low profile. I don't even notice it half the time. And the battery charger actually slips right onto the top of it, and you never even have to take it off to charge it, which is absolutely incredible. So it gives you a ton of data. Now, let me know in the comments below if you're interested in me doing a breakdown of how I use the Whoop to get my most optimal performance, both for myself and for my clients. I would love to share that with you if you are interested in that. But tracking your efforts is going to be huge because I can guarantee you are far more capable than what you put yourself onto. So seeing that balance of your recovery, your strain, and also too, what's super powerful is that if you fill out the journal on that, you could see what is causing you to not recover very well, such things as like smoking, alcohol, a whole bunch of things that are in the journal that could affect your sleep and affect your recovery. So you could start to understand what the long-term or what the short-term damage is of these things for you specifically, and how it affects your recovery, so you can make more educated decisions of the habits and lifestyle that you're trying to live to really have or live as optimal as possible. I want you to be really clear here is you don't want to do this alone. Now, when I first started my personal journey, I was a lone wolf. I was working out a lot. I mean, I was doing the most insane things. Now that I look back at it, I mean, I used to rack up the barbell when I was doing bench press with no spotter because I was doing this alone, with as much weight as I could hold. And I would go a little bit further than what I've done in the past, and I would use the clips on the bench press. That way I didn't have a way out. I was literally like, if I don't lift this, I'm going to fucking die, and I'm going to die under this barbell if I don't lift this. And fortunately, I'm still here today, so it worked out. But on top of just being safe, you want to make sure that you have an accountability buddy. So I know there was plenty of days where I just didn't feel like going to the gym. I let it slip. I let it go by. Now, one day turns into 3 days. 3 days turns into a week. Next thing you know, you're part of the statistics and you have fell off that fitness journey, and you're going to start again next year during the New Year's. And I don't want that for you. So having a community on your team, on your side, that's going to be there to celebrate those wins with you, to be happy for you, to point out the things that you're not even seeing yourself, and to be there on the days where you don't feel like continuing. You want somebody who's on that same journey with you to be able to encourage you to keep on going, that it gets better, that, hey, I know you don't want to go to the gym, but get dressed because I am on my way to your house right now to pick you up, and we're going to go do the damn thing. So do not do it alone. That's a big reason why a lot of people hire people like myself, personal trainers, so that way we could keep you engaged, keep you going, and do all of that for you. Now, if you are interested in a community, if you don't have that community, I would love to invite you to the Supple Savage app. It is available on the App Store on iPhone. However, Google, I'm still working on that one, but I'll put a link in the description down below. There is a workaround for it until I get that Google app published. But hopefully by the time you're watching this, that is published and you could just find it in the Play Store. But we have that 7-week, it's a 7-week protocol. It's called the Savage Protocol. We're going to be building these really lifelong habits of and discipline, and give you the community where everybody's on the same page. Everybody's going through the same thing, whether you're in different portions of that. We're going to have a really powerful community inside of there where you can celebrate those wins, come together and say, hey, I'm really struggling with this portion. How are you guys getting through that? And we're able to help each other out inside of there. And you're able to track your progress and see everybody else checking in and doing the tasks that are necessary through the protocol. So I'm super excited for that, and I really hope to see you there. But the last thing that I want to cover with you is get clear on your why. Why now? Why is it now that you are deciding that you want to make this change? Why is it so important for you right now to make this change in your life, to start to work towards these goals, whatever that is for you? It has to remind you of what you are working for. And if this is 100% acceptable for you, for yourself, because if you don't love yourself, to put in the work for yourself, you're never going to really accomplish anything in your life. So I just want you to be clear of what is your why. Why are you going to keep on going when difficult things get tough and you don't want to continue forward anymore? What is going to keep you going? For me, is the reason why I don't drink, or the reason why I train as hard as I do and do all these things in my health and fitness, is because I have 2 kids and a wife that depend on me. And I want to be ready in case anything were to ever happen, put us into a situation to where I had to save one of their lives, if I had to fight to defend them, if I had to perform at a high level, then I better be the absolute most capable, most savage human being that I could possibly be to give my family a fighting chance. And that is my why. So I want you to write that down. What is your why? Why are you going to keep on going when things get difficult? That's going to keep pushing you through those dark times to make sure that you are striving for the absolute best version of yourself. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Do not forget to like and subscribe and share this. Let everybody know that we are on this journey together. And I really hope to see you on that app and see you progressing into the most savage individual that you could possibly be. We'll catch you on the next one.